Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I am Cody. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Tenable Knives Fenrir pocket knife. So this is borderline full-size knife. This is 7.8 inches total length and very efficiently packaged, because I generally don't like a knife that is less than 8 inches total, with a 4.5 inch handle is sort of my minimum. You have a usable handle length of 4 inches on this one, and you have a full sharpened blade length of, is it 3 1/4? No, it's between 3 1/4 and 3.5 inches, so 3.35 inches sharpened blade length. Total blade length of 3.5. And the handle is designed very smartly to facilitate use from people with big hands. Because I have big hands, I have 4 inches palm width, 3.5 inch finger width, 7.5 inches from palm to fingertip, and my hand fits really nicely on here. See, my fingers wrap all the way around with some space at the end, and I could comfortably put my hand at the very end there, or you can see there's a subtle shape here. I could also put my finger up here comfortably and use this thumb forward swell here to put my hand there. So combined with the relatively thick handle, hand comfort is excellent for a variety of hand sizes. Anywhere from medium to extra large size hands should fit this handle really well. It is a blocky and neutral shape, and with these contours that Tenable has put here, yeah, it's a great, comfortable, and secure design. When you go thumb forward, you can do piercing with good hand security that it's not going to slip forward. And the designer, Sparrow Designs, went for overall blade length instead of having a usable choke up finger choil. And because they've designed this thumb forward area, I feel like I have good control, good fine control of the blade without having to choke my bottom finger up there using that thumb. So this is a really well thought out design for even a tactical design, but primarily just a great EDC design. Blade shape reminiscent of Spyderco's, but you have a bit of a harpoon shape. It's like a hybrid. I don't know. It's a high flat grind, full flat from the last 2/3 of the blade, and great slicer, great piercer. Comes with a nice even cutting edge out of the box, nice even apex on the cutting bevel. I'd say the slicing was A out of the box, and I just stropped it a little bit with my leather strop with my 20,000 grit stropping compound, because why not? Now it's A+ slicing, and I'll show you with a cutting slicing test later. So this is an almost perfect knife design. The bill was, on the pocket clip, was a little bit too high up for me to not feel it in my hand. And this is a nice soft steel, and so I just removed the clip and bent it down with some pliers with some microfiber cloth over top. And now it's usable, still a usable height to catch on the pants, but also it is invisible in my hand. You have a high carry, deep carry with just the tip of the handle, just the back end poking out. the clip works great. So even though it is a spoon clip, it completely hides in my hand. Really comfortable, good implementation. You're going to have T6 pocket clip screws, and is it also T6 body screws? You got, I think it's T8 body screws and T8 pivot adjust. This is the color choice that I wanted, and I was lucky to get this one. You got a black, looks like a black wash finish on this Nitro V blade, and green G10 with this grid pattern on the handle, which provides traction. This is medium traction. You got the black hardware. You can get the fancy one is to have a rose gold colored blade and rose gold hardware. This one is more my sensibilities. I kind of like rugged, outdoorsy, paramilitary looking stuff, and very happy with this. Fit and finish is great, perfectly centered out of the box. Action is fantastic. Comes with an extra set of springs for your bar lock in the box. $115 Canadian I paid. I ordered this from TenableKnives.com, and it arrived in about 2 weeks, and I didn't have to pay any import fees in Canada. This came from Burnaby, BC. Anyway, that was cool. I lucked out there. I didn't have to order from the United States. And yeah, for $115, Nitro V steel, perfect fit and finish, well thought out design, implementation. This is a good value of a knife made in China. So my only issue with it is the shape of the bar lock studs. It is dome. They're dome shaped. And while completely serviceable, I find they're less comfortable than a caldera shape, like a crater shape. For example, on the Presidio 2 here, where it's a rim and then it has an indent. I find that is more comfortable to my hands. Here's another example of that shape with the Hytron Pathright. So you have a surrounding rim and then it goes in. That is really comfortable to my hands. This is the opposite of that. It just is a protruding, kind of like a pimple shape here, and it is just less comfortable. It kind of digs in to the hand. It's not a hot spot, but it's just noticeably less comfortable to deploy because of the shape of the bar lock. Other than that, this is a perfect design. You know, there's many ways to get a perfect knife design. Many knife designers have done that. There's evergreen knives from most companies. This is going to be an evergreen knife for Tenable, I can tell. I hope that Tenable decides to change up and invert the shape of the bar lock studs to make it more of a caldera instead of a dome. If they do that, holy cow, this is just a perfect knife. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10, just because this, in frequent use, it's less comfortable than the other shape, but it's still perfectly usable. And yeah, I'll do a cutting test here for you. Some receipt paper. So there's no fraying. It's smooth all the way down the blade. Very good. I give it an A. I think I gave it an A+ earlier. From the box, it's an A. Very good at piercing. Let's see how efficiently it cuts through a paracord. That was light effort. So the blade thickness is medium and the handle thickness is medium to thick for a knife of this size. I'll compare it against the Kaiser Begleiter XL, where you can see Begleiter XL handle is a bit thicker. The blade stock thickness is about the same. And because the knife itself is a couple sizes up, the proportions here are quite good for being not just a light duty EDC knife. You could do definitely medium duty, and you could cut thick plastic straps and thick cardboard with this as well. You could do heavy duty tasks with this, but with Nitro V steel, you're going to want to give it a touch up after doing heavy duty tasks. If you use this as a work knife at the end of every day, you're going to want to give this stropping and possibly a honing or use some nylon rod. But this is a really great design. The weight on this is 3.9 ounces, so that's in the light category. And you're not really going to feel this. You're not really going to feel this in your pocket. This is just a comfortable, I would say, dimension-wise, like weight and length and blade shape. This is competitor to the Spyderco Tenacious. Tenacious is going to be taller this way in the pocket, so this is going to be more discreet. But yeah, the knife that competes with this the most for dimensions is the Tenacious. Spyderco Tenacious has you can get it for $80 Canadian with the 8CR13 MOV blade. I think Nitro V is considered a better steel over 8CR13, but they are very similar in terms of their performance. And Spyderco does a really good treatment of their 8CR13. So I would actually say they're comparable blades. In that case, this being $115, and the Tenacious base model with its FRN handle and 8CR13 being about $80, you're going to be winning with the design, like the more premium materials with the G10 on this, but you wouldn't go wrong with either knife. If you're starting out, you're going to get like one knife that's going to be a good EDC all-aroundy knife. Tenacious or Tenable Fenrir is going to be a good choice based on your budget. There are other great choices, Ontario knives, Rat 2 or Rat 1 for around $100. We'll do a size comparison here for you. So just under 8 inches total length is the Fenrir. Then you have a true 8-inch knife here with my yet to be reviewed petrified fish Victor. This is another excellent knife. This is about $80 Canadian. Wow, great value. And you have I call this an evergreen design. This isn't my favorite knife of all the knives I've owned, like in terms of like how much I resonate with it, but this is my one knife that I would take in any situation. This is my do everything knife, the Benchmade Presidio 2. And then you get a little bit longer still to the Kaiser Begleiter XL. And so you can just see how this fits in size-wise. So I'm going to give the Fenrir a 9.5 out of 10. And yeah, if you handle one, your chances are you're going to really like it. The feel in hand, the build quality, the the usefulness of the design reminds me a lot of the Vosteed Raccoon. Boston raccoon, for my hand, you have to choke up on the choil to be comfortable. Whereas this one, no, don't need to. Don't have to choke up on this. So for I resonate more with this, my hand size. I resonate more with the Fenrir over the Boston raccoon, but they're both great value knives, both great designs, and I recommend you check out both of them actually. Okay, that concludes my review of the Tenable Knives Fenrir. Have a great day. I will have more knife reviews coming up for you soon.